Hi, welcome to Pico Playtime, the video series where I play through some cool Pico 8 games to show to you lovely people. Today's game is called Picowars and it's by the developer called Lambda. And I'm going to quote from the description now. Picowars is an 8-bit homage to one of the greatest Nintendo games of all time, Advance Wars. That may just be my opinion, but it's the right one. You are correct, Lambda. Advance Wars is one of the greatest Nintendo games of all time. I had that on my Game Boy Advance and I absolutely loved it. Turn-based strategy, beautiful pixel art graphics, great gameplay. Fantastic. Picowars is a Pico 8 Demake part, whatever you want to call it. Demake, I always feel that's like a negative word. It sounds like it's worse, but it's not worse, it's the same. It's a part of Advance Wars to Pico 8. Now, Advance Wars is getting a remake soon on Switch, I believe. I don't think it's already out. So, what better time to get back into Advance Wars than with Picowars? So, this is version 0.5. Now, there are links, as always, down below. The link to the itch version of this game is like the full version of the game. The full version is a kind of multi-cart game. It's got a story mode with dialogue and all kinds of things. I haven't played it yet. I'm playing the Explore version, but there's different islands and things. It looks really cool. But I'm playing the Explore version because that's just what I do on this channel, I suppose, isn't it? So this game was released May of last year, I believe. It was put onto itch June 2020, but that's the kind of the later version. But you get all the gameplay in this basic version, this initial version, whatever it is. You get all the gameplay that you want from Advance Wars. We've got turn-based strategy. We've got fantastic pixel art graphics. Really suits the Pico 8 kind of style, if you like. And yeah, it was featured last year and I don't know why I left it for so long to do a video about it. But here I am, a little bit late, doing one today. So, let's have a look. Let's get into a game when we can talk about it. The nice thing about this is that with it being a turn-based strategy, I can pause all I want in the game and explain what's happening. Because you may not have played Advance Wars before. If you have played Advance Wars before, I'm still going to tell you about it. You know, there's not really a lot you can do about that, is there really? Anyway, let's get into it. So, we've got a few, on this version of the game, we've got a few different islands. I'm going to play Easy Island, give you the kind of basic gameplay, if you like. We can play it versus AI or versus humans, so you can have kind of local co-op if you like. I'm going to be playing the AI because I don't have anyone to play with because I'm doing this video all on my lonesome. And also I want to show you the AI that's in the game, which is quite impressive. So let's get started then. We've got a little bit of music going there, haven't we? Let me just touch that down a little bit because Pico 8's music tends to be quite loud. So, nice. So, here we are on the map, and as you can see, the graphics will be very familiar to you if you've played any Advance Wars before. We have our different kinds of terrain. We've got plains or grassland, I suppose, woods, forest, mountains or mountains, road, and you may also notice we have got these little buildings. We have bases and cities. I think in Advance Wars, I think they were called factories, maybe? I'm not sure. Could be. I could understand why you'd shorten it to base, though, so it fits on the UI a little bit better. Our faction is the Orange Star, and I'm playing the character Sammy, who is one of the Orange Star generals, right? Like I say, it's been a while since I played Advance Wars, but we're here to enjoy it. This is the basic island. It kind of introduces you to, it gives you a nice way to kind of learn some of the mechanics. I'm sure things will get very hard in the later islands. The object of the game is to capture the enemy HQ. We have our own HQ over here, which we need to defend. We can build units at the bases, or we can recruit units, I suppose, at the bases. And we can capture cities to get more money to spend on more units. and capture bases to make more units. So, you know, it's a strategy game, okay? One of the cool things about Advanced Wars that you're probably familiar with if you've played any turn-based strategy, we've got different tiles have different kind of defense values. So this makes the strategy really interesting. The different units that we get to play with, which we'll see very shortly, it's a great game. You know, you need to play it right now. So, to start with, we've only got 2 gold, which isn't a massive amount, as I'm sure you can appreciate. Let's see if we can recruit a guy. So, all we can afford at the moment is infantry. So, let's build ourselves an infantry. Now, we can use that infantry to start capturing other buildings to get our money flowing in. Each turn in the game is a day. So your first day, you just build yourself a unit. They can't move on the first day. We have to wait until day 2 before we can start moving. Once we've spent all our money or done everything we want to do, we can end the turn. Now the CPU player gets a turn. That was quick. Let's see what they've done. I imagine they've built an infantry as well. What a surprise. So, we move around on the screen with the cursor. We can select our units. This little display here shows us where the unit can move to. So I want to move over to the building here, or the city I should say, and start capturing it. So we move there, and we can either rest or capture. I want to get capturing. So cities have, I don't know what you'd call it, like hit points kind of. Anyway, they've got 20 hit points. Each kind of unit in a group can kind of capture that. So we've got 10 infantry there. They can do 10 each turn. So in 2 turns time, we'll have that building captured. I feel like I'm kind of teaching grandma how to suck eggs here, because if you've played Advanced Wars, this is just Advanced Wars. So let's assume that you know the basic gameplay of Advanced Wars. Why play Pico Wars? Well, for a start, Nintendo doesn't like to make it easy to play Advanced Wars. I don't know why they do things the way they do, but you know, unless you have a Game Boy, you can't really easily play Advanced Wars today. I don't think it's on Virtual Console. I could be wrong. I bought a Game Boy specifically to have another go on Advanced Wars. Yeah, there's going to be a Switch version soon, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, we get the same turn-based strategy that we know and love. And turn-based strategy as a genre isn't one that you see very often, I don't think. This sort of style of strategy game really seems to have gone out of fashion. So many RPG games in the 90s had this style of gameplay, and it's so much fun. It's nice to see it coming back. On my Mega Drive, which I often mention on this channel, I enjoyed Shining Force to a massive extent. I had Shining Force 3 on my Sega Saturn as well. Oh yes, I picked my consoles very well as a child, yes. Bought a Saturn. About 2 months later, Sega decided, nope, not doing that anymore. So what did I do after that? I got myself a Dreamcast. Yeah, don't get console advice from me. So, there we go, that's day 2. Let's end our turn. Let's see what... Oh, what a surprise. They did what we would do. So yeah, the AI in this game, it's not really taxed us very much at the moment, but you know, it plays a pretty competent game of Advanced Wars, you know. You can't just go to sleep on it. It's pretty good. I can't even fathom. Programming AI is something that just completely eludes me. I don't understand it at all. So I'm well impressed when anyone can manage to get any AI to work. So there you go. Good job, Landonaut. You've earned my admiration and respect for whatever that's worth. So this infantryman here, we're going to send him to try and start capturing some of these buildings behind us. Or cities, I should say. This guy now, he can finish capturing that city. And you can't really see it because it's still on top of it. But now that we have that city, that's going to give us more money each turn. Lets us produce more units. Now, as you can see, because I've got 4 gold now, I can start to build more interesting units. We've got basic infantry. They're kind of like your weakest troops, but they are the cheapest as well. Mech infantry, those are basically infantry with bazookas. Good at taking on vehicles, but very slow. Recon, they're kind of like jeeps. I think they have like a machine gun. All the different unit strengths and weaknesses are kind of intact in this game. So all the strategies that you learned in Advance Wars, like using Recon to take out infantry, you know, ambushing tanks and whatnot with mech infantry, all those strategies still work. It's great, okay? I'm going to get some more infantry because I want to save up for a tank, because who wouldn't want a tank? And also, infantry can move quite fast and let us capture buildings a little bit faster. So yeah, it is quite a slow game. I mean, this is Advance Wars, isn't it? It is quite a slow game to get started. Even an easy battle like this will take you quite a while to get through, but especially once you've got the hang of the controls, you can have a very easy time with it, I think. Some of the comments I've seen about the game on the BBS, and I haven't checked Itch's comments, to be honest. Let's have a quick gander. Yeah, most of the comments that I see from people are people maybe aren't that familiar with Advance Wars to begin with. It does have, I won't say it's a unintuitive control system, but it's easy to kind of screw up turns. Like, for example, now, if I actually get focus, if I rest now, then I'm not going to capture anything, so that unit would be kind of wasted for the turn. It's very easy, for example, to just select end turn at the wrong time, but these are all things that are in Advance Wars, and to be honest, it's like, come on, someone's gone to all the effort of making this game. Could you at not least, you know, try and maybe learn how to play it before you start slamming it in the comments? Sorry, I'm just going to try and not go off on one about the way people are on the internet. That's not really for the scope of this video, is it? Let's stick to the game, shall we? Right, more infantry. Oh, we can afford artillery. Artillery are a lot of fun. Indirect fire. They can't move and fire though, so you have to kind of position them very cleverly. But I'm saving up for a tank and I need more infantry. So there's a good amount of feedback in the game. When a unit has done its moves for the day, you can see it's kind of whited out. I think in Advance Wars, I think they had like a, I can't remember how it actually indicated how units were finished for their move in the original. Anyway, it's doing it in this game, so that's good. Let's move things along a little bit, see if we can get some more interesting units. Maybe even get some combat. I'm going to have to rush to get there, I think, aren't I? So, let's try and speed along a little bit. So we're going to continue capturing buildings. It went around the houses a little bit there, didn't it? But it's fine. So we've captured another base now, so we can start to produce more units. And in true kind of modern military fashion, if you can outproduce the enemy, you're probably going to win the long war. So we can now build ourselves a tank. This is like our bread and butter unit now. This is what we need going forward. You're going to be building a lot of tanks in this game. Alright, is it a medium tank? Can't remember exactly. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the other controls and things. So, nothing to speak about on the pause menu. Very simple pause menu on this. But all the UI, all the interface is all contained very neatly into the game screen. If I want to select a unit, I can select it with one button, cancel with the other. You know, a lot of the making of a good strategy game like this is, it all comes down to the UI. A bad UI is going to ruin the game, make it unplayable. This game is doing the UI properly. It's so easy to see what's going on. It's so easy to control. So if you're one of those people in the comments whinging about accidentally ending your turn prematurely or not selecting the unit or something, it's like, come on. Anyway, I'm getting off track again. Day 5. Like I say, the start of the game is typically very slow. That's just the nature of it. Let's capture some more buildings. There we go. Here's our tank. So we can get our tank forward. Now, as you can see, we've got the traditional Advance Wars level design here. We have got a choke point, a bridge. Difficult to defend, or difficult to attack. This is where the strategy is going to start to come into play, isn't it? Oh, don't want to rest. We want to move this guy. It's moving down here, so we can maybe capture some of these. Some of the abilities of the units then. Infantry, they can move across mountains. They can also move across rivers. They can't move into the sea. Now, something that I just thought about, I'm not sure if it's in this game. Naval power. The original had ships and things. I'm not sure if they're in this. I may have to check that later on. Anyway, let's get some more units built. So, can't afford... Oh, we can't afford very much here. Let's get some mech infantry, maybe. No, we'll get normal infantry. See if we can save up for another tank. You can see our enemy is getting ahead of us a little bit in the arms race, so we need to up our game. Most of the levels in Advance Wars tended to have each side kind of fairly evenly... oh, he's captured that, that's good. Most sides will be fairly... Most maps, rather, would have both sides fairly evenly matched. You didn't tend to get many kind of completely asymmetric kind of fights. That's not really what Advance Wars is about. So, yeah, the challenge does come in defeating the AI. And using things like the defensive bonuses of the woods, that's going to help us a lot. So let's get this guy down here. He can start capturing stuff for us. And yeah. Oh, it's because we bought a tank, isn't it? Right, let's not waste our money on units we don't need. Oh, getting close. I think we can ambush that tank. We get to see the nice combat now. So, let's sacrifice position a little bit and get an attack in. Attack! Now, if you have played Advance Wars, you'll no doubt notice that the little sort of graphical cutscenes where you'd see your units attacking each other, those aren't in this game. It's Pico 8 after all. I can't blame Landonaught for not putting those in. That would eat a lot of the graphics available. It probably wouldn't be feasible. But you can see we've still got the combat is still worked out in the same way. We can see what's going on. You can see when units, you can see how well they've done in a certain combat. You can see the strength afterwards. You know, it's very playable. It's how it should be. Let's get our infantryman forward. He can hopefully get in the way for us. Right, let's get ourselves some artillery. And hopefully we'll be able to make some good use of it. So, I think he still needs to capture that building. Now, you see, that one's already captured. So, when you select a unit, it shows you what they're able to do on a square. So, we've obviously captured that building already, so there's only the rest option. So, you can move out. And then rest. Let's move this guy down here. You can start capturing that. Looking good. Right, let's see what the enemy does then. Oh, lots of infantry. Oh dear. Oh, our infantryman's in trouble there. Oh no. As you can see there, all the kind of combat from the original is intact. That recon unit made mincemeat of our infantry there. Guess they had to take one for the team, you know. You can't make an omelette without breaking some infantrymen. Anyway, let's get stuck in now and get some... Let's leverage this attack that we've made, this advantage. I'm hoping that someone is going to move into range of that artillery. Maybe, we'll see. If I move the tank back here, there we go. You see, it's all about, in this game, it's all about building up these little advantages like that. You know, that good little outcomes like that add up over time, and then you start to snowball your advantage, and then, oh, you need to play Advance Wars. It's such a cool game. So much fun. Right, let's do the busy work. Let's get these infantrymen doing what they're supposed to be doing. Can we build another tank? We can. I want to show you some of the. I want to build some of the better tanks. So some of the things have been renamed. In the original, I think there was medium tanks and light tanks. I think, or is it medium and heavy tanks? This is simplified somewhat. We don't, and the top level is the Neo tank. The Neo tank / heavy tank is the war tank basically. The rocket was rocket artillery or something. As you can see, there isn't the anti-aircraft. So yeah, I don't think there's air power in this version of the game. But to be honest, we've got everything else that we need, haven't we, for a nice ground campaign? Anyway, let's do a few more turns, because I think if you haven't decided already that this is the game for you, well, I'm not really going to convince you, am I? Oh, what is the computer doing? What was that? Oh dear. Oh, silly AI didn't put an attack in there. Right, let's use our artillery. I think that's in range. It is. Right. Oh my god. Wow. Artillery are the best. So this is all going swimmingly, isn't it? You see, this is all good. I need to sort out that rocket artillery down there, though. That's bad. Anyway. Oh, really? I can't believe that. That infantryman is hanging on. There's one of them left, defending that field. Right, now, here we go. So, as you can see, over there, that's what the rockets look like. But I want to go big. I want the war tank. I have to show you that, won't I? Oops. Now, as you can see, you can play this game very easily. The fantastic control system and UI, really well implemented. Like I said earlier, this style of game, it's made or braked. Make or break. The entire game rests on how good the UI is. And UI is not easy to set up like this. So my hat is off to Landonot for scoring a home run with this. Great work. Some of the things I come out with on this channel, ridiculous. Anyway, let's have one more turn. Day 10. So, as you can see, it's taken me, well, 23 minutes to get to this point. Each battle is going to take you quite a while, but it's so good. You know, it's a strategy game. These things are going to take a while. I can't get my war tank into action, sadly. However, that artillery can get a shot in. Nice! All the little touches as well, like the little bit of screen shake when the units blow up. You know, the little explosion effect like that. All that presentation just adds to the polish. Why isn't this game, you know, why isn't this game more popular? I mean, it was featured on Pico 8, but there's not that many comments, you know. Play the game, leave a nice comment, show Landonot what a good game they've made, and how much you like it. Oh, should I be brave and get stuck in with that rocket? Yes. I think that's going to be worth it. I feel like, is that a mech infantry there? I think it is. I haven't really mentioned much about the graphics. The pixel art graphics in this. All these characters are all, you know, the 8x8 pixel Pico 8 sprites. And like, you know, all of them, you can tell what they are. It's not easy designing such tiny sprites, especially when you're basing them on, you know, designs or characters made, you know, for much larger graphics. I mean, I know it was only on the Game Boy, but the sprites in Advance Wars were quite big. Well, very big compared to this. You know, condensing those units and those designs down to something that's recognizable in 8x8 pixels is, again, not easy. So hats off. I've taken all my hats off. I'm not wearing a hat. Yeah, hats off to Landonaut for the beautiful graphics in this. Fantastic work. And once again, you see the advantages of the Pico 8 palette. Pico 8's palette looks so nice and bright and colourful, and it really suits this game, Advance Wars, down to the ground. So, I think that's all I need to say really about this game. As you can see, links are below. Play the game on itch. That's the full game, which has story mode, which I really need to check out. Lots of interesting goings on there. This is just skirmish mode, really, that you're playing on the Splore version. So go to itch and get the full version, which is like a kind of multi-cart version of the game. So yeah, check out the itch links. Follow Landonaut on Twitter. Lots of interesting Twitter goodness on there for you. And I've also put a link to Landonaut's website where they've got a blog. Check that out too. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy Advance Wars as much as I do. And yeah, cheers for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. I was hoping for a break in the music there, but we didn't get one. So that's just me kind of awkwardly paused, nodding. Right, I finished the video. Cheers for watching. See you later.